So you join me up at the top of Holmfirth, just in front of the Huntsman Inn. And just in this field behind me is where they do their helicopter tours. So whenever you're driving up here in summer, it's just constant helicopter landing, taking off, landing, taking off. And then as we're driving up here, people just vault across the road. But I'm up here for a completely different reason. A few people have asked if I do like a little story time video of how I became a bus driver. And for quite a while I didn't want to do it because it's kind of, there's a few things in there which is personal to me, but I thought now's probably the time to explain why I've moved from jobs and explain to you guys what I did before bus driving. So I'll take you back many years to when I was at college. I went to Thomas Rotherham College, studied hard, got brilliant A-level results. I could have gone to uni, but I had a job at Curry's PC World. And just before I applied to uni, I had the chance to have my own house. So I thought, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have my own house. And then as soon as I left, the day after, my old manager, Andy at Curry's, offered me a full-time job there. So I took it, and it was the best job ever. It were on the know-how sections. I left Curry's because I had an opportunity to work as a railway engineer. So I did. They weren't happy about it because it was one of them split decisions. Them decisions you have to make there and then, and you have to kind of follow it through. So I did leave on good terms, but quickly. I didn't particularly leave, I just resigned. I gave him like a week. I know that's so bad, and I shouldn't condone that. But the training course to get on the railway were in like 2 weeks, so I had to do something quick to get on that course. And went on the course up at track work in Doncaster. I paid 1,200 quid for the course, which when you're 18, 1,200 quid's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I saved up so much and then boom, all gone. But then, after I passed the course, straight away I were on to work on the railway. The only downside to it was it was agency work through a company called Ganymede, and then I did some work for Vital. I tried to get took on as a welder because that's really good money, but then they wanted £2,500 for the course, and I just didn't have that kind of money. I've just paid for 1,200 quid for my bloody rail induction and everything. I was on the railway for about a year until I decided that the inconsistency of shifts wasn't doing me any good. To the point where I'd get a phone call. Well, no, I wouldn't get a phone call. I had to phone up every morning at 8:30 and beg to work. Yeah, imagine that. Just setting your alarm to get up in the morning after you've done a 12-hour night shift, to then ring up and go, have you got any work for tonight for me? Have you got any work? Have you got any work? I need some work. So it was crap. It was absolute crap. So I left. I saved as much money as I could as I was working, and then left. But then leaving there kind of put things into perspective for me. So I moved back home, because at the minute, you know what I mean, I'm unemployed, and I'm getting the odd shift on the railway, which, to be fair, you could work a weekend and still get 300 quid. So money wise, I was alright, but I didn't want the deficit of a flat on top of me, because if you got that financial drain on you when you're not earning that much, it's killer. So luckily I was in my flat for a year, so when it came up to giving it up, I didn't have to do anything, and I repainted it back white, so I got my bond back and everything, and then moved back home, and life were good living at home. Life were really good. Then my brother-in-law said, "Do you want a job at Stagecoach? They're taking on." And I was like, I can't do it. I can't drive a bus. I can barely drive my car. And I had an accident not so long before, so that really shut me up driving. I don't think I'd have actually driven anything for about 3 months before going to Stagecoach. Driving their ferry car as a driving assessment was probably the first time I've driven in 3 months back then. So filled all my stuff out, all application format, all at packs and whatnot, and then got the driving assessment, passed that with one minor. then because obviously I knew a few people there, they said, oh yeah, Young'un's coming to work, innit? Sean's coming to work. So my name got around a bit, and then I think that's why I got the job, because I was family to a few people there. Well, one of them friends at family, but he's like your uncle. But he's not really your uncle, but he's your uncle. So there were a few of them about. So got with Stagecoach, did my training, 2 weeks worth, not even 2 weeks, a week worth of training, and I passed. Like, I can't say Stagecoach's training policy, well, Stagecoach's training academy, training structure, however they want to word it, is bloody fantastic. It's genuinely, I don't think I've learned as much ever in a week with being with somebody than I have on that training course. Bloody fantastic. They're a credit to everyone at Stagecoach, that training department. So yeah, went out, passed my test, passed mod 4, case studies, theory, all that shebang. I've said that backwards. I did all that backwards then. So no, passed everything I needed to pass, and then got on road with a mentor. Loved it so much. And that first day on my own, I get a complaint because I missed someone. So literally my excitement went from up here to like first day on my own, and someone rings up and complains about me because I missed them at a bus stop, which I don't believe I did. But then in my DP, CCTV won't work. That's it, that's what I'm talking about. So I worked at Stagecoach for about a year, and I was getting into it, getting swing of things, and then a position came up in the office. Hey, I'll take this, set hours, which you either worked an early, middle or a late. So, spot on. I lived in Home Firth, so travelling from Home Firth to Romarsh every day, about 45-50 minute drive, but having them set pattern shifts worked incredible. So working at office was fantastic. I've met amazing people who I'll remember for life. Some people are no longer with us, but the skills and mindset they passed over to me was incredible, honestly. If it weren't for people like Lawrence and Jim, just being there, and people who you can look at as well and go, I'm not going to be like you when I progress. I'm going to avoid being like you, having the same attitude you do. Because some people were an absolute drain on working, and I said I'm never going to be like that. And luckily I've learned from that, and I don't think I'm that kind of person. Moving forward on with Stagecoach, it was really good. There were a few hiccups along the way and whatnot, and I eventually did leave Stagecoach. The travelling time was getting a bit too much every day. It was 50 minutes, and sometimes if there were a traffic jam on the M1, it could have been an hour and a half before I'm home. So there were that level of transport which I weren't committed to do anymore. So I did my 2 years there, so I didn't have to pay my licence back, and then moved jobs. I moved jobs pretty quickly due to certain circumstances. So I ended up working for HC1, which is a care provider, for about 2-3 months, just to tie my son over to get something more over this side. And genuinely another great job, doing admin and watching the actual home itself and just looking after things. So I enjoyed that. It was a pretty set job. Nice, relaxing. You got 3 cups of tea and coffee all day, every day. So I enjoyed that. Ping, ping, ping. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the free tea and coffee all day, every day. And then the free dinners as well were just, oh, amazing. So I got took on by a tiger, the most awkwardest of ways. I was getting the bus from Holmfirth bus station to Lower Cumberworth. And one of the drivers there, I spoke to him. And I said, what's it like working here? And he said, obviously he's got his flaws, but he enjoys it. And I said, how are they taking on? And luckily, I spoke to someone who worked in the office at the time. And he said, give me your number and everything, and I'll give you a bell. Because we are taking on, we've got 3 depots. So I thought, oh, get in. So I phoned up, because I was impatient. I left it about 3-4 hours until I got impatient. I don't know why I left it that long. Phoned up Waterloo and said, any jobs? Any jobs going? I've got a full licence, full CPC, any positions? And they said, no, there's not, but try Honley. Phoned up Honley, got through to the old Wayne, you know, he sorted me out. Went in, had a chat for 25 minutes, give me an application form. Then, no word of a lie, we just chatted. I went to town with him in a bus. No, I didn't drive it. He drove to town in a bus to swap one over, so I went with him. I wore my brand spanking new Next loafers, suede, got absolutely crapped up and ruined. My first hour at Yorkshire Tiger, I ruined my 60 quid loafers. Disgusting behaviour, disgusting. But no, I was wondered about that. But on the high overall, because Wayne knew a few people I did in the industry, so trustworthy face. So he got me a job, I think. He did. I'll be honest. He was personal, got me interested in it. And then a day later, I took him back application form because he said I had to fill it out and whatnot. So and then I forgot to fill it out. I forgot to fill my application form out, and I took it back, and I was like, "Oh, here's my license, but I forgot to fill my application form out." And he's like, "Oh, you're silly. Just put your name and number down, and we'll get back to you." I said, "Yeah, but you don't know." He went, "Trust me, we'll get back to you." Day later, phone goes at like 8 in the morning. "Hi, can you come in today?" "What? Who's this?" "Hi, so and so from Time. Can you come in today?" "Alright, oh, what's going on here?" Went in, got a job. Did me assessment and medical. Straight away, got a job. Best thing ever. Just literally walked in jobless and walked out with a full-time job. Best thing ever. I worked at Tiger, Honley, and loved it. Loved it. The littlest thing was just perfect. There were long days, but no, truthfully, I enjoyed that. It was fantastic. It was such a good company to work for. And then I left Honley because they were moving depot. They were closing Honley and merging everything to Waterloo, which I had a bit of a baby. I spat on my heart, went to try something new, become a funeral arranger / director / admin / just dog's body. I worked for a big company and I thought, oh, big company, big monies, you know what I mean? No, it weren't. They really, really did me over in the sense of money, hours, the job. What I signed up for weren't what I got. And when I turned up to work one day in a 3-piece suit, and they went, "Oh, Sean, just gloss the door for me, just gloss the door." Gloss the door in my bloody 3-piece suit. "Oh, it's okay, just nip home and put on some slacks." Don't have any slacks. I'm not a painter. I'd come in my bloody Lacoste shirt, shall I? Bloody Ralph Lauren polo. Oh, it's only my Ralph Lauren. Bloody messing me about. So I left. Literally point blank, give him a letter, and went, "There's your job." But no, everyone there was so good. There was only one person who hated me, and I don't know why she hated me, but she hated me. Pulled a sickie one Monday. Rang up work. "Oh, I can't come in. I'm dying. You have to. Oh, I can't talk. See ya." Right, we're off. Got in car, went to Tiger, did my medical assessment on Monday. Manager went, "You can start tomorrow if you want." So I went into funeral home on Monday, and these me notice, "Do your job." That didn't really happen, I'll be honest. I went in. "Shit, I need a word." With dog ears there. "I need a word, please." But she weren't in. Envelope on desk. Told everyone I'm done. Had a coffee. Had the machine because it were nice cappuccinos. I'll be quite honest with it. Walked out of there like bloody Godfather. Do, 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 do. So we went back to Waterloo. And then stayed there for a few months. Loved it. I do love working at Tiger, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, fleet's outdated, but that's the beauty of it. You're driving older vehicles which people normally don't get to drive. And with their parent company being Arriva, you can go to Arriva and do days, you can do metal replacement. So there's a massive spectrum of what you can do there. My commitments changed halfway through working at Tiger. I needed less hours to focus more on my young child. So I spoke to them and explained where I'm at, and they just couldn't accommodate part-time work. So I subsequently left. So I was asked by South Pennine to work part-time, so why not? I'll give something else a go. And I love this. It's so laid back, so chilled, and I can film whatever I want. Leaving Tiger was hard because it's something I've done and I wanted to stay there, but they just couldn't accommodate what I needed at the time. And work has to work for you. I've always been told that. If work doesn't work for you, change your work. Work has to work. Whether people are like what you've done or not, you have to look after yourself, because no one else is going to look after you. So coming to South Pennine, it was completely new, different kind of bus driving, different everything, to be honest. But you know what, I do love it. It's so laid back, so chill. You can have radio on as you're driving around, which is a big thing. When you got a long day, I think radio on really does just give you that little boost. But I do miss driving the larger vehicles. I'm not going to lie and say I don't. Obviously, I'm a bus driver, I'm the flat cat bus driver, and I do miss driving the larger vehicles. It's just something I've always done. The larger they are, the better they are. So, we'll see what happens in the future in regards to vehicles and jobs and things like that. But I enjoy this. That's the thing, I enjoy this. So a lot of people may see online that I do a little bit of marketing for these guys. I post like the occasional thing to Instagram, and then I also do some leaflets and timetables for them, which is great for me because I want to improve my skill set. Which I'm not just a bus driver anymore, I'm a timetable designer. So, and I've done a lot of things here, which I'm so proud of. I brought out a timetable. I designed the Meltham timetable, which there's one here. So I designed the job lot, and I think it's a great little timetable, to be honest. So I designed everything on this. I've designed a little summary timetable, I've designed a Barnsley timetable. So I love it. I love doing things like that. It's so me. It's just so creative, thinking outside of the box. And I always want to do more of things like that, because that's what I really enjoy. So that's where I am now. That's my life up to present, through jobs and things like that. So, what have you guys done? That's the thing. How many jobs have you guys had? I have more jobs than bloody hot dinners, well, it seems like it. But what jobs do you guys do? What do you do for a living? I'm one of the nosiest people, and sometimes I get a bit annoyed because I'm just talking to a bloody GoPro. There's no one speaking to me on the bloody end of this thing, until a few weeks when I posted this video. So what jobs do you do if you work? Are you at college? Are you in work? Are you out of work? I just like to be nosy. So pop in comments and just tell me what you do for a living. If you're just relaxing and maxing, just tell me you're relaxing and maxing. There's no hate on my channel. You can do whatever you want. If you ring me up and said, I'm the man who examines potholes in West Yorkshire, I'd be like, have you been off work for the past 12 months, mate? But that's where we are up to now. That is a chapter of my life where I'm up to now. Where will the next chapter be? Who knows? What will the next chapter be doing? Who knows? All I can say is, let's just grab it. Let's just do it. We'll do it together. Obviously, you guys are my little people on the camera. So I hope you've all enjoyed this long-winded video. It's been completely different to what I normally do. I'm currently in the bloody ferry car, waiting for a helicopter to land, but probably don't look like they're having any of these helicopter tours today. You know what, I thought it'd be a good idea. If I can get an helicopter landing, it'll look right good on camera. So let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you do for a living. I'm nosy. Just let me know 3 facts. Tell me 3 facts about yourself and what you do for a living. Boom. Can't argue with that, can you? Saying that, I best jump off. If you want to check out, if you want to check out more of my silly adventures, follow me on the Flat Cat Bus Driver on Instagram. So don't forget to follow me on there. So I'll see you all very, very soon. Be safe, and I'll see you all whenever I see you.